Alright everyone, I've got in my hands my Ego 56 volt cordless string trimmer, and today we're going to show you how to reload the rapid reload head. Thanks for joining me on Around the Home. This is Nathan Cox. Guys, I do have an older video where I show you guys how to reload this head, but I don't get quite the close up shot that I need, I think, so you guys can really see where the string feeds through. Plus there is a problem that some people have. I just got a comment on it. I've had this problem before too. Okay, so let's go over this real quick. Let's just kind of start over, and I'll assume that most of you haven't seen my original video. So let's get a little bit closer to the camera. Alright, here is the rapid reload head. It's really cool, really easy to reload. I'm actually really impressed with this technology, okay? And this isn't their power reload head. I've actually just received one, and I'll make a video for that here soon. Okay, and when I do, I'll try to put it up, you know, with the links and stuff. You see, there's a little clip right here. You guys can see that, another one on the opposite side. So this thing gets jammed up, or the string is like right at the end, but it's not far enough at the end where it falls out. Okay, that's how you take it out. They're just two push buttons, okay? It's pretty straightforward. You just push them in and this pops off. So I'm going to take all of the string out, and we're going to reuse this one I've got. Now let me show you on the head itself, and I'll show you when it's put back together, okay? There's a little slot. Hopefully we get enough light on it. Try to get it in the camera. It's right there. There's a little hole. I'm pointing at it right there. Okay, and you can see it. It's rounded. Okay, so let's put this back onto the weed eater end of it. All right. So we got these notches here. You know, there's little tabs. And let's put them in here, which is pretty simple lining them up. You got one on each side. You know. And this part here, you only have to do if the string gets jammed. You know, if the string ejects clean out when it gets to the end, you never have to do this part, okay? But eventually you will, okay? And in this part here, because the spring is kind of tight, it gets a little crazy. Not too crazy, but it's a little finagling, okay? So hold one side tight, and then squeeze the other one too, okay? Okay, there we go. Sometimes you gotta twist the end here just a little bit to get it notched in the right place. Okay, now we've got these notches right back in place where they're supposed to be. You know, like I said, you gotta kind of work both of them at the same time. Now here's the tricky part that some people are having troubles with, I believe. Now to get the string, you just feed the string straight through this slot, and then you're just gonna wind it up the end, and I'll show you here to do it. But to line it up, and I've used mine a few times, so maybe you can see it. Alright, let me add the extra flashlight. Alright, you see that notch right there? It's a pretty big notch. Okay, there we go. You can see it pretty good now there. And there's one directly opposite down here, okay? What you can do is you gotta twist this thing, okay? So that those two big notches are directly in line with the hole in the side. So I've got the notch here in line with the hole here. Okay, you'll know you have it lined up. This is actually really hard to get in the camera just right. Okay, if you can shine a light in there, you'll see the hole that I was talking about earlier, and it's going to be down here. It's going to be down here on this part right down here. Not up there, but right down there, straight in. And I can't make you see that on the camera, but if you look in and you put a light, you'll see the hole in the green thing, and it's going to be right there. And there's actually two arrows they put on there for you. There's an arrow there and an arrow there, and it's pointing right at the hole. And if you see the hole, well then you just about got it made. So we're going to take this string that I already took out. Now here's the problem. Alright, do you see this? The end, how it's, put my hand in front of it, you see how it's crooked? Alright. You see, if you shine a light through this hole here, it's not going to come out the other side because there is a center ring right here in the middle of it. There's a center ring, so when the string goes through, it doesn't go straight through like an arrow. It goes to the middle and kind of goes up and around and then out, okay? So here's the thing. I'm going to try to shove it through with this and see what happens. Okay? it's not going through. See, I'm just shoving it and shoving it and shoving it. And I'm pretty sure I just had a lady message me tonight. That's why I'm hot and sweaty. It's after work. I read this comment on the video. I know that more than one person's had this problem, so I need to make this video to show people that are having really frustrating problems. I'll tell you what, if you start getting frustrated with this, getting more frustrated, it's not going to make it work easier. Okay, you're just going to end up breaking it, getting mad at it, kicking it, and this is a really good weed eater. Okay, so just, if it ain't happening, step back, seriously. Okay, so what I suggest to do is make sure you got a good section of string, okay? It's not jacked up, it's not kinked, it's not bent, and make sure you get a good clean cut on it, okay? Alright, see, now it's still got the curve. That's the natural curve of the string because it's wrapped up in that pack, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is, and I apologize, it's actually kind of hard finagling this big weed eater, trying to show this to you. We're going to stick it back through with the clean end and see how we do. Okay, still having a little bit of problem. Okay, let's pull it back out and let's try putting that hook up and let's see what happens. Okay. Let's make sure I get it started in the right hole. And there it goes. Okay, so that's interesting. So the string curl, let's see, the string curl down, and oh no, that worked. Okay, so basically try twisting it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of go in and out and twist it around a little bit, and it should come out the other end. Because remember, it's not going straight through like an arrow. It actually goes and up and around just slightly and then out. Okay, so the end has to be strong, not kinked. Obviously a little curl is okay because I just did it with a little curl. But if you can't stick it in one direction, kind of spin it and try again, and just like where it feels like it's getting stuck, kind of go back and forth so it can kind of work around that hump. And once you got it, you got it. I mean, you saw me do it like 3 times, right? Alright, now to finish this off right, let me step back here. Okay. For those of you who haven't watched my other video, and you're here for the whole experience, you want to take both ends out and stretch them out, get the 2 ends together, and then stretch it out. Okay, and now we're going to stretch it and make it so it's even. So both strings are even Steven, okay? Now you're going to hold the main part of the head here that's attached to the weed eater, and there's these big arrows you can see on them, and they're pointing in a counterclockwise and a lefty-loosey way. Okay, so you're going to take the end of the head and you kind of push it in a little bit when you turn it. You're just going to keep turning and turning and turning, and you're going to turn until there's just a few little bit hanging out. This one's a little bit longer than the other one. You've got the cutter here on the guard, so you really don't want it much longer than that. Maybe just a hair longer than that. So when you turn it on, it can just cut chip the ends off. If you have it like really long, then you're just gonna have a lot of waste. You're gonna turn it on, it's gonna cut off big chunks. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is an impromptu late night, sweaty, hot summer night video. I apologize for it, but I'm hoping this helps people out. I wanted to throw it together, stay up, and get this out there so you guys could see where the problem is with this head. Overall, I've used this weed eater for 2 years now, okay, and I love it. And I've reloaded that head many times, and my kids can even reload it. Because once you get that end through, and you just gotta play with it, just kind of finagle it a little bit. Once it ends through, you slide it through, and then wind it up, and you're done. And it's really good design, okay? But sometimes the string gets caught up, and that's it. So, thanks again so much for checking out my video. I hope this helped some of you guys out. If it did, please share the video so it can help others out. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, check out my website where I've got all my videos, so many to pick from, so many different things, and I got a couple extra videos for you guys to watch right there. Guys, thanks again so much for being here, and you have a great one.